Womp, 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 womp. Hey, party people, it's Leonie. Welcome back to the Leonie Show. Leonie Dawson refuses to be categorized. Today is going to be one of those random... All right, you come out, mate. Yeah, go for it, darling. I'm feeling in a nice mood. I'll let somebody come out in front of me. Good on yous. Anyway, this is going to be one of those podcasts that's not really specifically on a subject. It is about what I'm thinking of at the moment, what I'm doing, what I'm working on, all that kind of shizbit. So if you like random rambler podcasts, you are in fucking luck today, my friend. If not, just press next and go listen to one of my other episodes because they're a bit more concise. Anyway, hi everyone. It's good to talk to you all and have a yarn. What the fuck have I been up to? What haven't I been up to? So this week has been a bit of an odd week for me in a nice way in that it's Wednesday and I haven't worked this week. And I mean, I only usually work like 10 hours a week anyway. I do about 2 hours in the afternoon or so. But this week I have had zero real inclination to work. And instead I've been having this real need and desire just to hang out with my kids. And so that's what I've been doing. And, I've just been really enjoying it and needing like a real home, like to really center my energy in home. And I do anyway, but on an even deeper level. Usually like my inclination to work is quite high. My ambition is quite high. So I never really worry like, oh, I don't feel like getting any work done. Well, that's surprising for me. Okay, let's see where this leads. And I remember on Monday afternoon, it was like 3:00 in the afternoon, and my husband's like, are you going to go to work? Like, what's happening? Because I've been quite formulaic about it in that every weekday afternoon I go to work. And I said to him, I'm not feeling it today, boo. I think I'm just going to have a bath and read a book and hang out with the kids and play board games. And he said to me, well, that makes sense, honey. Like, you've kind of been kind of high energy and learning a lot over the last few months. And it's probably just time for some integration time and just like come back into yourself. And I was like, yeah, that's probably right on. I feel like I've learned lots and lots and lots, and I've been like on a real, like I've just been learning just shit tons about sales funnels, and then also intensifying my understanding of racial justice work and intersectional feminism in terms of gender, and sexuality and trans rights and that kind of stuff, which has been so potent and so useful. And I'm also feeling like, okay, my brain just needs some time just to go a little bit slower now and rethink things through. And so I took Monday off, and then yesterday afternoon, I've got sick kids at home anyway. We don't have COVID, don't worry. We don't have it in our state currently, which is we feel very lucky about, but they've got snotty noses, and one of them's got a cough, and we're not sending them to school when there is any level of drippy noseness going on. So it's been nice. We played chess and Ludo, and my 10-year-old daughter beat me at both of them. And then my husband, I told my husband, like, Starry beat me. Like, I was trying. She beat me. And I'm quite competitive. I love seeing my kids win as well, but it was amazing that she actually like beat me and I'd put up effort into it, instead of like letting your kids win for you, because I'm like, will definitely pretend I'm falling down the game so that they can have a go at winning. Anyway, she won, even though I was trying so fucking hard. And so my husband said today, right on, okay, I'm going to have to see how she matches up against my skills because he's a better chess player than me. And so they played 2 rounds this morning and he won the first round, but she beat him in the second round. He's like, wow, righto, I see somebody's levels of strategy have gone up, which is really funny. Starry did say as well, they played this like game at school, like this kind of puzzle game. And she's in a composite class and she's in the lower grade, so she's 10 and they have 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds in the class. And she said as soon as the game started, she worked out how to, like, the strategy behind it, and she managed to win the game. And I just thought it was hilarious that she'd kind of worked out the strategy of this game and then pulled it over everyone. And also because if you know Starry in real life, she doesn't come across as like a super strategic child, because she's quite fairy and sweet and giggly and just kind of lives in this little fairy realm in a lot of ways. So it's really cute to see her brain coming in on these ways, and I just love it. Anyway, so my kids are sick and I just am digging hanging out with them. And I thought, fuck it, you know what? I'm just going to embrace this. It's not like I need to work per se. I've got obligations to do and I can do those, but everything else is like, no, it's fine. I'm happy just to enjoy being with my kids for the moment, especially while they're sick and I just have this burning need to be at home. And I do realize I'm ridiculously privileged, and I'm like, well, I just want to be at home. And for me to go to work, it means walking outside to the office next to my home, like it's attached to my house, and being away from my kids for 2 hours. But who gives a fuck? Like, I can't compare myself to anyone else. This is just how I'm feeling. That need to be at home and just to be homely is really strong for me right now. What else? I've been musing about what I need to do next. If you know, like, I'm a real hyper focuser in some ways, and I just like to dive deep into the next project that I'm doing. And so I'm tossing up today between what my next project I need to fixate on is, because I need to do the 2021 editions of the Life and the Business workbooks, and I have some ideas for some potential companion products to come out as well, and they need to be done like ASAP. And then as well, I keep on getting asked for a sales page and copywriting masterclass all about selling and marketing, and so I've kind of already built out the framework for that, and I was going to release that. And so I'm just like muddling working out the timeline here. Do I just release the sales, the selling page, the selling course now, and maybe get my assistant to do some of the marketing of it, which is like, because she like, I've kind of trained her up to be able to do a lot of that now? Or do I just hyper fixate on the workbook collection and get that out and then do something? I don't know. That's what I'm musing about. So I don't know the answer to it yet, but I'll let you know. I mean, I guess we'll both find out. Once I actually go, yeah, I'm going into the workbooks, or I've gone into the sales, or I've gone into doing both. Fuck it, let's find out. And maybe as well, I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm these 3 days of me just doing fucking nothing, and reading books in the bath and getting beaten by my 10-year-old at chess is just me kind of prepping for, what's probably going to be a slightly more intense work session. I'm still going to keep my reduced work, the small amount of work hours, but I know that it's going to be me having to paddle a little bit harder instead of just floating along like a little rubber ducky. I like to float along like a little rubber ducky. Also, so I've had some really big goals for this year. I wanted to build a $1 million sales funnel, and then I talked to my financial planner about a retirement plan, which is exciting, and I feel really excited about that. And so I kept on bringing up new goals on how to get there faster and make all this shit happen. And then I was like, well, maybe I could just have more fun. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds very blithe, but I was struck by this idea that the answer to all of those things is for me to actually just have more fun and not necessarily be super strategic about it. But I feel like I've built a lot of my career on play and fun and trying out things because it brings me joy and it brings me excitement and enthusiasm. That works. Yeah, it works beautifully for me. So I've rewritten my planner. Like I've rewritten my overarching goal, and it's just got. And I have these big to-do list pads in my office that I usually write my big goal on, and I tore the old one off. And I've got a to-do list now, and it says to-do list 1, have more fun. 2, have more fun. 3, have more fun. Because I feel like that'll solve everything in a lot of ways. So I'm going to keep on playing and see what turns up with that. I mean, I feel like, in some ways, I want to talk about Liz, and I also have to recognize, my absolute fucking privilege in all of this, in that I don't have to worry about hustling for money anymore. I don't have to, freak out about paying bills or how my business is going to work. I've already done those parts of it, and now it's just really playing around and seeing what's next for me and what's right for me. I've also been thinking about the fact, I talked to my assistant last week, and I was like, right, I'm doing it. I'm going to bring out the sales course. And she was like, great. Okay, we'll prep for that then. And then today I was like, actually, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got to do these workbooks, and then I had this idea for this other thing, and then I also don't know how I'm going to fit this in. And she goes, great. Well, just whatever ends up happening, just let me know, and I'll support you however I can. And that's all great. And I realized, thank you, because I have had staff in the past that I have driven absolutely fucking mental, because of course I've driven them mental because I don't really like planning things out, and so it hasn't really worked for me when I've had a bigger business, because I don't, if I have my year mapped out and planned out when I have to create things, I feel cross and I feel stuck, and it sort of sucks the joy out of creating for me. But if I can just sort of ride with the energy of new ideas as they come in, I feel much happier and freer, and it just feels like a much better fit. It feels like I'm more on kind of soul and spiritual purpose when I can keep that freedom. And so I think that's the thing when I've got a big team. Big teams are notorious for needing a lot more planning and structure. Of course, it makes total sense. But for me, with my needs as a creative person and as a heart and my personality, it works so much better for me just to have an assistant, and that assistant is really cool for me to just have an idea. I mean, usually and this is absolutely the fact, my assistant does not know what I'm doing until she gets a sales email about it, and she goes, oh, okay, Leonie's doing that now, right on. Okay, and then she's been she'll watch TV at night time, and she'll get an email on her phone, and she's like, oh, all right, Leonie's launched something, right on. I might just slip to my computer and make sure that everything's turned on in the way that I would like for it to be turned on, because I've made a couple of mistakes in the past where I haven't clicked certain buttons on certain things. So she'll just slip in, and she'll go, oh, great, we're doing that. That's fantastic. And I feel very grateful for that. That's a good personality fit for me, when somebody's just happy and enthusiastic and goes, yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there. Right on. All right, let me see how I can support this and make it happen. That kind of flexibility is really important. I have had people in the past Leonie, you need to talk to me about these things before you do them. And I'm just look, I don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. I'm sure that just drives some people completely mental, but it's just who I am. So it's important to me that I have a business and an assistant or a team or whatever that gets that about me and is excited about that and is happy to support me through that process. Right, my loves. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about working on at the moment, and I guess it's a to be confirmed, to be decided. We'll find out once I've shared some shit in the world, then you'll know what I'm doing, right? And then they'll know what I'm doing. Either way, it's going to be fucking rad. All right, my loves, wherever you are, however you are on this beautiful big planet with all the big things that are going on right now, I just wanted to send you so much love and compassion and understanding. I get it. Fucking hell, life is so big and intense, but we are strong, we are brave, we can do big things, and we can continue to make our miracles happen in the world. Let's go do it.